What is up, Evil Dead fans? I have finally finished the sculpt to the cover of my Evil Dead 2 Necronomicon that was originally done by Trick or Treat Studios. So, let's check it out. Okay, before I show you the cover of the book. Now, what I've done on the book is the cover and the spine so far. The reason why I did it. Now, if you remember when I opened my Trick or Treat Studios Necronomicon for the first time, I said I wasn't going to resculpt it. And after redoing the pages, what I do suggest a lot of people should do, and I'll show you, or I'll tell you how I did it once it's fully done. Once I did the pages, the cover was lacking. It was lacking. And also, I looked on the original sculpt of what the artist did, and there is a lot of lines in there that Tom Sullivan did, but there was lines also lacking that I really, really wanted to put into the cover. That's, for me, when it comes to Evil Dead, when I think of Evil Dead Necronomicon, I always think of the Evil Dead 2 one. I never think of any of the other books. I definitely don't think about this book. Little dramatic for not having a face, I would say. Anywho. So, I have the book, and I like it and everything like that. And one thing I did is I squashed the spine so it was rounded, which Albiardi and Ryan Lewis did to his. Also, another thing that bugged me is I have this really, really, really nice book done by Kurt Eubank and Albiardi, Nash vs. Evil Dead one. And when I did sit it next to this book, my Totes one next to this book, the Totes one was lacking in a sense. I mean, when I have a collection of things that I have, props and stuff like that, it's got to look good. You just can't have something that's just kind of, you just can't have that. So, so what I did is I took a lot of screenshots and looked up very many different variances of the same photo of the one Ash is holding when he opens it up. And everybody always says, how in the world did he flip just that page? Well, if you watch it, his thumb's in the damn book and he flips it open to that page. That's why he does it. That's why he flips that page. There was numerous, I don't remember the exact number, I think it was 4 or 5 different books used in Evil Dead 2. There is a deleted scene to where Ash actually takes the book off the floor and throws it back in the fireplace. So one of them was destroyed. And at this moment, I'm trying to figure out, and this is without asking Tom Sullivan because I don't want to bug him about it because he's just kind of over it is what I heard. He's just over the whole thing with Trick or Treat Studios, Studio Canals. I'm not going to get into that. That's none of my business to talk about. But I wanted something that was a little more of the hero look. So what I had to do is take the same image with different, lighting. And then after a while, put in the lines, and I had to come to a conclusion. I need to stick with one image because I'd go from one image to the next, and one image looks like this, but the other image in different lighting looks like this, and it was kind of screwing me up a little bit. One thing I realized is the Totes book isn't the exact size of the hero book. The whereabouts of that hero, I call it the hero book because there was numerous ones shown. I call it the hero book. There's 2 things I'm trying to investigate right now is, was it the one thrown in the fire? Because it looks very, very similar to that one. Or is it the one that Tom Sullivan has, but with it aging so much, because I have photos of that, did certain marks and lines and things like that, did they flatten out? So I don't know. It's either Tom has it or it was the one that Ash threw in the fire in a deleted scene. If you want to find that deleted scene, just go to YouTube, look up Evil Dead 2 deleted scenes, and it'll say fire scene or something like that, or burning the book, and you'll see that deleted scene. So, in retrospect, the Totes book, for what it is a great book. If you want something a little more Evil Dead, you're going to have to resculpt it. If you don't want to start over brand new with a new book and putting pages in it. You're going to have to resculpt it. And also you have to remember this, with the Totes book, you're not going to get, since it is off of a mold, is what it is. And they do so many of them, you're not going to get all the details into it. So the Totes book looks good, looks really good. There is a few things with the original sculpt I'm not happy with. There's one thing that I've always noticed that a lot of people do, but it's not correct, is the right eye of that book has a droop, is what people do and what the sculptor did. The Hero book didn't have the droop on the right eye. It was more of like a melted down kind of conglomerate of shit. The other one came down like this, the left eye. And one thing that people do is, and the Totes book does have this too, the face is so much stretched and to where it's like this, it's like, I'm making weird faces, whatever. Versus what the Hero book looks like, it looks more like this. Where this eye is kind of funky and this one's round and, that kind of shit. But that's what kind of, that's my best way to kind of state it. So let's check out the book and let's talk about it. Okay, here is the book. The one thing is, it is done with foam clay. And when you use foam clay, you can use water to make lines and keep it fresh, things like that. One thing you're going to know is it will poof on you a bit. It will get bigger, and then the drier it gets, it will actually start to shrink. So let's go over some of the lines down here from the bottom of the mouth. And there is some spots in the eyes and the mouth I still have to fill in. You can see spots I've cut out, like right there and up here and down here, to make the mouth right, to get all these lines into here. And the nose, you can say, well, the nose isn't prominent. The nose isn't prominent enough. Well, guess what? If you look at it this way, this left side is sunken in, and this one's more prominent out. So there, like I was saying, if you're doing the right eye, it's not droopy down here. You don't have like the bags under the eyes on that eye. And this is what the other eye looks like over here on the Hero book. Now, for all you people who hate images of a lot of holes, this one's for you. Right there. One thing I'm going to do with foam clay, I just finished this last night. Once it shrinks a little bit on certain spots, I may have to go over and really broaden spots out again, especially just on this top edge. Everything else I've broadened back out. Let's look at the spine. Now, you could say, well, you could use the picks that Tom Sullivan had, that you have with Tom Sullivan for the binding. If it's not, for me, if it's not that book, that specific book at that time, and I can't see it, I'm going to take leniency on doing those parts. Because at this time, we don't know if the Evil Dead 2 book actually had an ear. I'm going to put an ear on it. Evil Dead 1 had an ear. Ash vs. Evil Dead had an ear. This bitch is going to have an ear. Which I'm going to actually take every example of my ear and put my ear on it without cutting my ear off, of course. So here is the spine. And you can see all the details. And one thing is, when the book... Let's move this fucking thing out of the way. When the book was in the fireplace, right? In Evil Dead 1, I wanted it to melt, like how it was sitting. You can see it's kind of sloped down, but also going straight down at the same time. Now, a lot of people, what they want to do is they want to go with the stretch. So they make it very severe this way and this way. And I'm like, no, you do got to take that into consideration, but that's not how you should do it. You should never follow the stretch. Take it into consideration, but don't follow it. Another thing is, the Evil Dead 2 book did have a bend right there. So when I do the inside, because I'm going to do the inside, when I do the inside, I got to be very lenient with the water, because when you put water to cardboard, this fucking fly's been pissing me off all day. When you add water to cardboard, that's what it does. It gives you that kind of slope. So if I add it on the inside, it will actually flatten it out, and I do not want that. So I got to be very lenient with that. And here's the other side. Now, if you remember when you see Ash holding the book, like you see Ash's face, you will notice that you will have that in it right there, like that. I still have to do some top edges, but I'm going to wait till I do the inside to get all that done. Somebody asked me today if I was going to have it painted by this weekend. I'm like, it's not fucking near it. But yeah. And I have been posting photos and videos of this on Ghost Beaters on Facebook with depth. And a lot of it is the lighting for the depth. So let's get some decent lighting. See, it doesn't look like there's much there, but then you got that. Wish the sun was still kind of out because I could bring it outside and give you better lighting. But there's a little bit. But as you can see, it's coming along well. Let's look at some of the pages. And I did burn the pages. I did take a little leniency on it. Of course, like I didn't burn my fucking shop down, to be honest with you. But I like the pages. I'm going to do the insides, of course. It's going to match the outside. And on the inside, it's, you know, it's got like that fold like this. But it's wide, it's, you know, wider. And I'm going to match that up with Evil Dead 2. You especially see that when the book is flipping. And the cinematic scene. But let's take a look here. And let's clean it up. And I'm going to do a test now. Oh, there's some good lighting right there. Look at that shit. That's good looking book. Let's do a durability test. Okay, I'm going to grab it. All right, so what I have here is a can of mineral spirits. It is a paint thinner. Let's see how it reacts when I put the mineral spirits on top of the foam clay. Let's see how it works. So what we're going to do is just be very gentle and there we go. Yeah, mineral spirits don't mess with it at all. That's pretty good. But there it is, folks, and I hope you like it. Like I said, if you notice it, no droop down here. But yeah, it's got that right look. Like, if you look at it from this view, it looks like more like, ooh. But if you look at it from this view, it's more kind of like, grr. Like I told you how the eyes are different, in a sense, versus both of them round or both of them angled down. So, yeah, there it is. There will be more updates, though. The further I get, I'm going to do most of the updates on Facebook. The site is Ghost Beaters, Ash vs. Evil Dead. I'm an admin over there. That's where I'm going to be doing that. I may post some stuff in the KOS with it, but all the update videos will be on the Ghost Beaters. But yeah, there it is. I hope you guys like it. And yeah, Mineral Spirits didn't mess with it. I got a little nervous there for a minute. But anyways, until next time, guys, you guys stay groovy.
Fake news, get out of here.
Mr. Hamilton,
Get out of here.
rumor is you like Army of Darkness.
Get out of here.
Don't film me.